Hello lovely people, it's Lara here and I am so mad. I hope you've had a lovely week and have got some sewing done, whatever you've been up to. Well, the title of my video was, did I make it in time? Yes, I did. Video over? Of course not. Of course not. Oh my goodness. It's been a very difficult week for me. There's been some sunshine in it, there's been absolute delight in it, but there has been some very trying times, and can I just say a massive thank you to you all for the massive support you showed me at the loss of my little Lara. As you can see, it's still very raw for me. I can't believe she's not with us. I miss her in every possible way and find it very hard to talk about her, but I did want to say thank you to you for all the love you've shown me. It means the world to me. Yeah, just very difficult times for me. However, if you're just tuned in and thinking, why am I talking about a dog? This is meant to be a sewing channel. I do share my life with you very happily, and you know, I guess that's the point, isn't it? The cycle of life is something we all have to deal with. But yeah, my gorgeous Lara, very difficult time to be dealing with that. So what better distraction to have in my life? And I am very lucky actually that this all happened the week before last, and therefore I was sewing when Lara was still with us, because this week I've done no sewing, absolutely none, just haven't had the energy to do it. I've been exhausted. But in the week leading up to going to the wonderful Chanel exhibition, which I'm looking forward to talking to you about, I was lucky enough to be making this amazing jacket. Do you know what? I'm just an ordinary person, genuinely an ordinary person. I've been sewing, it's going to be about 8 or 9 years I think now, and never in my lifetime did I think I would be able to make something like this. And I want to video this to tell you that you can do this, because if I can, you definitely can. Wow. So this is the Metropolis Jacket by Maison Fauve. I am an ambassador for them, as you know, and thank you for your support with that. They kindly gifted me the fabric and the pattern and these beautiful buttons and the lining that I'm going to talk about in a moment. But this range of patterns, this range of fabric, is within everybody's grasp, and that's what just makes it so special. It's a phenomenal piece of design, and the wearability of it is just second to none, which is really important to me. I make clothes that are wearable, and by that I mean everyday wearable. I do have some things that are for special, of course, and some people would say I dress more smartly than most, but for me, I'm wearing jeans today. I'm about to go and do some assisted sewing with some beautiful sewing ladies today, and this for me is a wearable outfit for every day. Of course, you could smarten it up, you could casual it down, but I've got jeans on, I'm going to have boots on, I could wear this with trainers, etc. So, I wanted to take you through a little bit of my experience of my day out with my lovely jacket, with my amazing friends, and I made this with almost the sole purpose of going to the Chanel exhibition, but naturally it coincided, oh actually not naturally, coincidentally, it coincided with the release of the Empire State of Fauve collection from Maison Fauve being available as a PDF. So ordinarily they come out as paper patterns, but once after about 12 to 18 months, that collection gets released as PDFs. So you could purchase this from Maison Fauve today as a PDF and get it downloaded and printed or whatever you wanted to do. So that's why I was making it. Coincided with going to the Chanel exhibition. I mean, is there more of a Coco Chanel-esque style jacket? No, I don't think so. So we got, well actually there is, but this is very good. So we got to the Chanel exhibition. We had been warned that it was very busy. The Chanel exhibition, sorry, I should have said, is in the V&A, which is the most beautiful museum in London. It's completely free to get into, and there are lots of exhibitions that are also completely free. It's amazing. I don't know how they do it. However, the Chanel exhibition was a ticketed event, so you would have needed to buy tickets, and the tickets sold out very quickly. And the only way you could get into to the Chanel exhibition at the V&A is if you're a member. Now, luckily, my two best friends are actually members, and they have a membership that is plus a guest. So, yay, lucky me, I got to be a guest. But we got there about almost 10, 11 o'clock on a Sunday, and we were told the queue was an hour and a half long. So we were like, okay, that's a shame. We'll come back later. And we said to them, will it be quieter later? And they said, no. So we were like, okay. So then we did our day in reverse. So naturally, when you're in London, you're going to have a nice little bit of lunch somewhere. Didn't take any pictures of that, silly me. Had a lovely Italian, it's like pasta and things, in a beautiful little restaurant not too far away called Rocco. And then, as you may have mentioned, you remember me mentioning in my videos, I have always wanted to go to a Sezane. Now, Sezane, for those of you who haven't heard of it before, and I hadn't heard of it before until Lisa Comfort started talking about it. Lisa Comfort used to be the owner of Sew Over It, and she was always talking about Sezane knitwear and beautiful outfits and things. And that inspired me. I have made a number of videos now on creating the look, or sew the look, in terms of French boutique, and I always reference Sezane because their style lines are amazing. And my lovely two friends, one of which had heard about Sezane, one which hadn't, they just indulged me to go to the Sezane, which is on Notting Hill. Now, I'd never been to Notting Hill before, and it is utterly stunning. If you are looking to go to London and find a part of London that's busy but not too mad, but is quintessential Victorian stroke Georgian London, then that is the high street to be on. It was dreamy, and the designer shops there for inspiration purposes for me were amazing. So I have got some pictures. The footage of me wearing the jacket and being at the Chanel exhibition, I apologise in advance. It's London, it's busy. I couldn't do some of the pictures that I would ordinarily do, etc., etc. So you're just going to have to roll with it on that, if that's okay. But here I am, entering Chanel. I will take you through the details of my jacket a bit later, don't worry. What am I talking about? Here I am entering Sezane, and it was lovely. It was quite a tiny shop, definitely not got the full range of products in it, and I sadly couldn't really take photographs when I was in there. It was just too busy, is the honest truth, and I was with some friends, but I did take a couple of shots of a couple of the sort of a range of clothes, if you like. But I thought what would I do is I'll show you, I did take some pictures of 3 items in particular that I was interested in. And what I thought I'd do is I'll share those pictures with you and then share my ideas for create the look for those items. And yeah, it was just lovely. There were 3 things that I was interested in. The first one was the La Crop trousers, jeans. So let me put the stock photo of Le Crop. Now they are a wide leg, the tapered wide leg, if you like, sort of 3/4 length, just really, really lovely. And I've coveted these trousers for a long time. So here's a picture of me actually wearing them. I hope you can actually see the jeans. It was very difficult to take photographs. I'm sorry about that. And what was quite interesting for me and a little bit frustrating is that I'm a size 14. I've got no problem with that. I've been a size 14 for many years. And when I said to the lady, have you got these jeans in a size 44? Well, her reaction was classic. Oh, I don't know if we go up to that size. Honestly, this is not an all-inclusive shop, I tell you. It was quite extraordinary. She said, well, I'll do my best. I'll go and have a look for you. She was very pleasant, but she couldn't hide her shock that someone would ask for a size 44, a size 14, for example. She said, I've got a 42, which is a size 12. I haven't really been a size 12 for a very long time. Yes, I'm on a, what I call it, a weight loss journey, but I don't think my size has changed. I know it hasn't because I measure myself all the time. So anyway, she came back with these jeans and she did say she had a 44 in a very bleached out sort of 80s style bleached trouser. And I was like, I'm not trying them on. So I thought for a laugh, I'll put the size 42 on, and that is what I'm wearing here. So shock number one, I could fit in a size 42. It's not about the size, is it? But it's a psychological thing. But I love these jeans. Oh my goodness, they just fit in all of the right places. The £95 price tag didn't do it for me, if I'm honest. I just couldn't help but thinking, these look like the peppermint mint wide leg trousers, or the, I don't know, the, oh my goodness, it's gone out my head. The one from, that's got the buttons on it. Completely gone out of my head. That's annoying, isn't it? I'll put the name of the trouser I'm thinking of just here. There are numerous trousers that look like these, or jeans that look like these. And obviously the aisle jeans that I've just made from chalk and notch, etc. And then this week, what should pop into my inbox but the brand new pattern from Tilly and the Buttons, the Thea trousers, almost a perfect match, I reckon. So they have gone into my inbox for sure. So I have grabbed the pattern for that. And yeah, definitely that is a contender for this style of trousers. So that was a big tick, like thumbs up, job done. And then I tried on these two blouses. I got to tell you, these blouses are haunting me. They are beautiful. Let me put a picture up here. The first one I think is called the Rim Blouse, and these are from Sezane, and it is absolutely stunning. Now, my premise when I'm buying ready-to-wear items is that I will only buy things that I can't make myself, and I really struggled with myself whilst I was in the Sezane shop. It's a price tag of £110 on this blouse. I think it's worth it because the fabric was so beautiful, the detail was so beautiful, and the style lines absolutely divine. It was a size 12, so a 42, which again surprised me. And I have been looking for a blouse that is like this. So help me out here, please. I would love to know your thoughts on a blouse that I could replicate this with. Now, the blouse by Avid Seamstress has a very simple collar like that. It doesn't have a cuff, it just has a gathered wrist, which is fine. Because if I could buy some embroidery anglaise that was similar to this, I think I could, in effect, sandwich in a frill of embroidery anglaise on the top, is my thinking. I have scoured the internet for a blouse that has this level of detail on it. Now, don't get me wrong, the Frida blouse from Sew Over It does have a little, I think that's right, little frill around the top. But I couldn't find one that was exactly like this, so let me know your thoughts. The other blouse, which I'm going to have to put the name across the bottom here because I completely forgot to look it up, is this one. Oh, look at this. This fabric is dreamy. Now, I know I talk about Maison Fauve a lot, but I will tell you that they do actually have some lace fabrics that are divine. Totally wearable. I say lace, I don't mean lace as in scratchy lace. I mean lace as in, actually it's just here. That was nicely timed, wasn't it? Look, this lace, which comes in a range of different fabrics, oh my goodness, colours, can't get my words out today, is very similar to the design. Now, Maison Fauve are going to be at the Knitting and Stitching show. They aren't there in person, but they're being represented by another lady, and Amanda from Maison Fauve will be on the stand, and they're going to have a selection of their fabrics there. So I definitely can see me coming home with some fabric, because this blouse, again, this beautiful frill around the top. It wasn't overbearing in any way, but you've got this lovely scallop that comes out of the button placket. And that's the point, isn't it? I reckon, yeah, with some clever thinking, I definitely could make it so that there's a scallop that comes out of the button placket, so the collar placket, and then the collar stand, sorry, and then out of the button placket. What do you think? Let me know if you know of a pattern that's very similar to this. There's a simplicity one that's got a frill all the way around. The honey blouse I know I've mentioned before because that has a button placket, the frill that comes out of the button placket. Um, but there must be a pattern that I'm missing there somewhere. And then the third thing that I tried on that I can't replicate, and again would have come under the premise of I can't make this myself, is the Barry cardigan. Now the Barry cardigan is iconic. You can wear it front ways or back ways, forwards or backwards, whatever. And it comes in loads of different colours. So let me put a picture of me in here, and I've got the jeans on there as well. Oh, definitely could have come home with that. Definitely. But I didn't buy anything, which I'm a week on. I'm really pleased I didn't. And often with these situations, it haunts you that you didn't. But I just need to put life into perspective, and obviously the passing of Lara has helped me do that. And it's a big investment to buy any of those items, and I didn't want to put that pressure on myself. Sadly, having a poorly dog is an expensive business. I know you'll all know that. So I'm actually recovering from that, and that's going to take me some time to recover from that. So, and also I've got some lovely things coming up. So I've got the knitting and stitching show coming up. And you know, I naturally will want to buy some fabrics there and things. So I didn't come home with any of the Sezane items, but I hope you enjoyed the moment of me seeing there and being in one of my bucket list places, is the honest truth. That's what life should be about, isn't it? It was a bucket list moment for me. I'll probably never go into a Sezane again, so I loved every second of it. I've got a lot more to say about the Sezane shop, really, in the environment, because it wasn't actually everything I thought it was going to be. But that's not their fault. It was a Sunday. It was very busy, and yeah, I just had to enjoy the moment in the best possible way I could, if that makes sense. But let me talk to you about the Chanel exhibition, and then I need to share with you some more details of my beautiful jacket. So the Chanel exhibition was superb, and if it's okay with you, I'm just going to roll some pictures over the top here, probably whilst I'm talking, just to cram in as many of the iconic photographs as I can, because I did take a lot of photographs. But again, the lighting was museum-esque. It's not made for like taking photographs for everyday life and things. But hopefully, whilst I'm talking here, you can see some of the beautiful images. And the Chanel exhibition and Chanel design is beauty. Chanel design is beauty in the simplicity. I think that's my favourite element of the design here. And my two friends aren't sewers. They don't know how to sew, and they said they both said they'd been before. So very kindly they'd taken me because they knew how inspiration I would find it, and they both said how wonderful it was to be with me because I could talk them through how much detail, what went into making them design, and the creativity, if you like, behind the items. So I just love. There was a few things, if it's okay, I'll just share with you. One was this top, which just had the most simple tie on it. I was blown away by the simplicity and the effect that this bow had on this top. And it's definitely something that I would like to replicate. And interestingly, in the last of the James Bond films, Moneypenny is actually wearing a top. I won't be able to find a screenshot of it. That she also just has a very simple tie on it, just like this, but very much more pared down. And when I saw this Chanel top, I thought, oh, that's where that came from. I just thought it was absolutely dreamy. And then the other thing that I took pictures time and time again of was the use of an element on the dress and in the jacket, which I just think is totally my signature, if you like. So I took a picture of a dress and a jacket where she's put a frill around the edge of the neck, and then on the jacket. That's just divine. Put that here. But my favourite element of the Chanel exhibition is the use of the lining on the jacket lapel and in the top or the dress. That is something that is coming to my wardrobe very, very soon. I think I've got some pictures, so I'll aim to put them in here. What a beautiful idea. Now, I thought it's quite funny really, because I did make, I think I've got a picture of it. I have recently made a jacket, the wool jacket on the outside with the pontaroma on the inside and the walk boldly trousers. So the pontaroma of my trousers and the lining of my jacket matches. I think this is Chanel-esque now. It's got to be, hasn't it? Um, Lining on my jacket and my trousers, lining on the jacket and the dress. I think it's very similar. Maybe should have done the same, but honestly, it was absolutely divine. I know you won't get a chance to go to the Chanel exhibition because it has now finished or is in the process of finishing, but it may well go on tour, and so if it does and it comes to your part of the world, I highly recommend it. But you've waited patiently enough. Let me talk you through and share with some pictures of me in this amazing jacket. So the Metropolis Jacket by Maison Fauve. Here I am in London strutting my stuff in one of the most beautiful mews that is in Kensington. Oh, if you lived in this street, honestly, you'd have made it in life, because it's just, you could have been anywhere in the world, and there you are right in the centre of London. And I've got a few pictures here of me with Chanel is in the background. I've forgotten her first name, but anyway, there she is in the background. And then I wanted to take a picture of me next to an iconic Chanel jacket, but it just didn't happen. I couldn't get the lighting right. I was asking my friends to take the photos, all that sort of stuff. So it didn't happen. But this jacket, I made a straight size 44. This is the Swoop Jacquard from Maison Fauve, and it comes in two beautiful colours. It's this colour and also the coral and white, which is just divine. These buttons are also from Maison Fauve. They're actually a beautiful dome. I think you can see that, and I love this this effect of having the buttons sewn together. I'd seen Brogan from the Crafty Pie has made the same jacket, but in the coral colourway, and I was so nervous because ironically she was making it the same week as me, which I thought was beautiful. Excuse me. And then I saw her picture and thought, oh my word, it is pattern matched beautifully across the front. How do I do that? So I actually messaged her and said, did it take you a long time to pattern match across the front? And she actually said that she'd laid the front pieces out, and actually it just naturally came like that. Now I did spend some time making sure that these were pattern matched, so that you've got here, because this is a seam here, you've got princess seams down the front, and I wanted to make sure that in some of the, as many of the key points here as I could, that they would obviously pattern match. But obviously here again, you need these lines to match. Very happy with that. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a pocket just here. Look, check out the pattern matching on that. I gotta say, pretty happy with that. Got my train ticket in the pocket. Yeah, this is a beautiful pocket that sits just here. I'm going to talk amongst yourselves whilst I unbutton it. I cannot believe I was able to make a jacket like this, and I've made a number of jackets for Maison Fauve now, and every time I think this is the toughest thing I've ever made, and every time they come out beautifully. There is a full video sew along that you just put put captions on and then auto translate to English. Now on the inside, look at this lining. Honestly, I'm going to stand up and take it off. Hang on a sec. It's only the second jacket I've ever lined. It's a little bit creased, sorry about that. But it's only the second jacket I've ever lined, and what a genius thing to do in order to make your insides as beautiful as the outside. It's brilliant. I've put my Femme Fauve, actually that doubles up as a hanger if you like. But honestly, it's extraordinary. Again, it's pattern matched on the back as well. You can see you've got a centre seam there, and it is amazing. I know you've seen a picture of me in it. Wait, bear with whilst I pop it on. Oh, sorry, microphone. Let me just put that like that because of the microphone. And it just fits beautifully. It's the first time I've ever used shoulder pads. They're quite a subtle shoulder pad, and then it comes with sort of a, I think they call it a cigarette piece that sits here. So you have the shoulder pad that sits there, and then a very small strip that sits underneath it. The instructions for that are brilliant. And when I saw it had shoulder pads, I was like, oh, I'm not sure I want a shoulder pad. But as you can see here, it's just added structure without bulk, which is just beautiful. I can't speak highly enough about this pattern. Let me stand up so you can see it a little bit better. Let me go backwards a little bit. Yeah, just, sorry, I hope that hasn't moved, touched that. Just genius. And I have to tell you, if you break it down into stages, this jacket comes together absolutely beautifully. All the notches where they should be, etc., etc. Just a thing of beauty. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that. Made no adjustments to it. Amazing. Thank you once again to Maison Fauve, and thank you once again to you for your continued support of my channel. To have you here just means the world to me, so thank you for that. Don't forget to like my video, please, and I would love to hear from you. The comments I've had this week have really taken me through a very difficult time, and I can't really explain to you how much that meant to me. So if you were one of the people that commented, thank you, and please do continue to comment, because it just fills my day with joy, so thank you. I will leave it there. Have a lovely week. I hope you've got some sewing planned, and I will be back next week to talk you through my next set of plans, I think, yeah, it won't be long until we go to the knitting and stitching show, so I look forward to sharing that with you too. But in the meantime, stay safe and well. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.